Hello everyone, this is Carrie for Redesign with Prima, and I'm back with a really fun ornament tutorial using our Silver Bells Decor Mold and Victorian Adornments Decor Mold. These are two of our classic designs that we have available, and I cannot wait to show you how I use resin and our Finnebear collection to customize these beautiful ornaments in clear resin. So I'm going to start with my first batch, which is with deep turquoise liquid acrylic paint and Sparks mermaid tail. So what I do is I mix up my clear resin and I just add about 4 or 5 drops of the deep turquoise into the resin, and then just a little dollop of that Sparks paint. And you can see I just put a tiny bit in. You want to do about a 4% ratio to your mixture. But if you just add a few drops and add a little dollop of the paint, you should be fine. The Sparks paint is so sparkly and it adds a lot of shimmer and shine paired with the liquid acrylic. And the liquid acrylic paints are transparent in the resin. And now I'm mixing an ultramarine and some of my blue Finnebear mica powders. So this is going to be a very bright blue color. And again, you can see I'm just adding a few drops, and then I'm going to go in with the mica powder and just add just a little bit of each color. I wanted to add both blues. You don't really have to, but I really wanted the concentration of color to be very vibrant. So here you can see our mica powders come with shaker tops, which I don't want, but they are nice if you just want to shake in some into your resin, but I just use those little coffee sticks. And you want to make sure that you mix really, really, really well. So here I sped up the process a little bit, and I'm scraping the sides as I go. Now, if you get kind of a messy side on your cup, you can always pour this into a fresh cup and then mix again. But it really wasn't much of a problem. And now I'm going into this is the Victorian Adornments mold. And I'm just being very careful because, once you pour the resin in, it does tend to heat up. So you think you have enough in there or not enough, and you pour too much, and then all of a sudden it starts seeping over the edges of your design. You don't want that. Just add a little bit, and then if you see that it hasn't quite reached the top of the design, just add a little bit more. And now I'm going in with my teal mixture into that little bell mold. And these are so highly detailed. Like, these are just so beautiful. And I'm being careful. I'm just pouring nicely. And then I go in with a toothpick. I do this on purpose just to move the resin around to the edges, and also to like the top, where the little hook is, where you'll add the hook for your ornament. And this also helps get the resin into all those little details. So sometimes if you don't do this, you can end up with air bubbles that are trapped down in the bottom of your mold. And that toothpick just helps, kind of move that air out. And then your casting is really nice. Now I have just a little bit of overpour. So I take my fingernail and I just press into the sides where that overpour is, and it just comes right off. Oh, I love the demolding. I don't know about you, but it's so fun to see how they look. Our molds are matte molds. So when you take your casting out, it's not shiny, but that's okay. You can add shine to it by adding another coat of resin or adding a spray sealer to it. The spray sealer may yellow it a little bit, so you just want to be mindful of that. But for these, I didn't worry too much about the fronts being too shiny, because I'm going to add my own art mediums and customize them. And look how beautiful all those details are, and I love the colors. Oh, they look great, and they are so much shimmery in person. I wish you could see. Now, I'm starting with the first ornament, and I'm going in with our Filter Noir glaze. And I apply all of my art mediums with my Finnebear brushes. These brushes have never failed me. They clean beautifully, the bristles don't come out, and some of the brushes come with textured rubber ends at the end of the handles, so you can kind of play around with texture and stuff if you're working with pastes. And now I'm just going in with a little bit of that glaze, and I'm going over the entire surface because I want to make sure that it gets in all those details really nicely. I just use these little trays I get with my mushrooms or lettuce at the store, just so I don't have to get my fingers dirty if I want to put on that last little bit. And it dries pretty quickly. And now I'm taking a wet wipe and just kind of removing some of that glaze from the high points of the design. So, you can take away as much as you want. And here, I think I took away a little bit too much, so I end up adding just a little bit more, which is perfectly fine. So if you remove too much and you want to go back in, you certainly can, and then I let that dry. And now I'm going in with two different decor wax colors. These are called bronze and aged brass. So I'm going in with the bronze first. It's called Bronze Age, actually. It's a gorgeous metallic that has kind of a deep metallic color. And I am just hitting all the high points with my finger. You can use a brush, but I feel like with my finger, I have a lot more control and I can just hit all those little details perfectly. And you don't have to be afraid to add too much because, it'll look just great no matter how much you add. And now I'm going in with the aged brass. So a lot of people don't realize that you can layer the different decor waxes together, which is wonderful. And so I kind of get like a two-tone metallic look here. And that Bronze Age, I actually toned down the aged brass a little bit so it's not so orangey or bright. So I get this really beautiful muted metallic finish when I layer the two together. And I just love how soft and silky this looks. And I actually want to add this to a candle holder, which I will maybe in another video. Let me know if you want me to, or you want to see how I do that in the comments. Okay, and this is ornament number 2. So I'm going in with our Tiger's Eye glaze from the CC Restyle collection. The first glaze was also from her collection. And this has just like a really shimmery metallic finish. And it's the same process as the first one. I'm just dabbing that in generously. And then I can take my baby wipe and just kind of remove the glaze off the high points just to expose that color. But it's unbelievable that these glazes dry permanently on the resin. I was really impressed with that. It does not come off once it's dry. The glazes we typically use for, furniture and other DIY projects. And I just thought I'd give it a shot on this resin, and I was really, really impressed. So here I'm just dabbing it away. Dabbed away too much, of course. So I'm going back in to add a little bit more because I really want more of that on there. So you can just play around with this and have it look any way that you prefer. And that looks so pretty. I let that dry. Now I'm adding the Blue Lagoon Finnabair wax. And it comes in a tube. All of our waxes come in tubes. My first 2 tins are older, so this is how they normally come. And I dab it on my thumb or my skin, and I just kind of rub it from there. I feel like I have more control when I do it that way. And oh my word, the beautiful layers of shine on this looks so fantastic. And that was so easy to do. We have waxes in all different colors, so there's certainly many you can choose from to customize your ornaments any way that you like. Now I'm going in with the Tiger's Eye glaze again on my teal bell. And this ornament just came alive when I added this glaze. There's swirls and there's just so many little details. And you don't even notice until you pour this and you take it out. There's 2 little cameos on each side, which are so beautiful. And I'll show you in just a minute when I start applying the wax. They are so cute. This reminds me of like cottagecore, Victorian, but very timeless and beautiful. Again, just removing a little bit of that Tiger's Eye. It looks stunning over that teal resin. It adds shimmer and shine and really brought all those details to life. I'm just so excited. And see those girls there? They are so pretty. So you can just add as much as you want, add as little as you want. Really, it's just about personal preference and taste, and you can just really have a lot of fun with this. Now I'm going in with Patina Green Finnabair Wax. So we have Patina Green and Patina Blue. So they're a little bit slightly different. Obviously, one's more green, one's more blue. You could use either one of those colors on this ornament, and just look how it makes it look like kind of like aged brass, aged copper in a way. And I could have gone in with like a copper wax with this to make it look really coppery. That would have been pretty, actually. And just dabbing the wax in there, look at those, all those details come alive. I love how this looks. It's so beautiful. And I will have all of the products I used linked in the description so that you can shop around if you really love this. And here are my 3 ornaments put together. I had black ribbon. I thought it kind of added a moody vibe, but you can use any ribbon color of your choice, of course. So let me know in the comments or, in the comments what you think of these ornaments, what colors you would choose, what you would like to see next. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to see more DIYs and projects like this. Thank you.